And you're going to take a seat, ball's going to come behind the back. Have your resistance band nearby, you're going to use it. And tuck the ball snugly behind your sacrum so that you feel like it's not going to roll away. You're just not tucking it under your bum. You're just tucking it snugly behind your sacrum. Try to even it out right to left the best that you can. You might need to adjust it over time. So just first of all, notice sitting up. I'm going to cross my legs for a moment only so you can kind of see my hip bones. What happens for most of us is we confuse sitting up with jarring the low back forward. So you think, oh, I'm sitting taller, and really you're just exaggerating your lordotic arch, which is here, and then we create more hip issues. So when you extend upright, I want you to think about actually pressing your sacrum slightly into the ball, that's down here, and lengthening up on all sides equally. Not just your front ribs off your hip bones, but your back ribs off your sacrum, which is a lot harder to do. Don't get frustrated if you feel like it's not working right now. Let your feet be a comfortable distance away so that you're not creating this kind of tight-knit rounding position. The closer the feet, the more we round. All right. It's like a pelvic tilt. So inhale here, exhale. All I want you to do is contract up on the pelvic floor and kiss your sacrum into the ball. The front part where your pants are gets taut or active, and then inhale, release that out. Exhale, contract. Anal sphincter drags forward, and then inhale, release. Good. Exhale, sacrum presses into the ball as the pelvic floor draws inward. And inhale, release. So if I was standing, it's a really small movement. When we're feeling stiff or glued, when we tuck here, this happens. Because this part doesn't move and our mind wants our body to do it, so we start moving a body part that does move. Nothing up here moves, okay? It's only here. This is why body awareness is so critical, because then we don't realize. It's like, oh, I didn't realize that body part was moving. All right. Keep the tuck or keep the tilt. Exhale, kiss the sacrum into the ball. We're feeling the front belly strong. Keep your feet grounded. Let's come back now, 45 degrees. Even though the pelvis is tilted, we're not rounded. We want to keep space on the front of the body. Now either hands gently support under your knees. Reconfirm the kiss on the ball, okay? So we still feel like the belly is strong. Now lift the arms up, shoulder height. Relax your shoulders down, palms face in. Let's take 5 breaths here. So keep lifting the arms till you find what I call the earthquake. All of a sudden your body starts to shake. You're doing nothing wrong, okay? Just try to breathe through that. Keep your shoulders soft. Inhale through the nose. If you're feeling any hip flexor pain, you're probably losing your kiss on the ball. I need you to reconfirm that kiss and draw inward on the pelvic floor even more. Inhale through the nose, keep the shoulders soft. Exhale through the nose, stay with your breath. One more time. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, contract the core. You're lifting from your midsection, not from your arms. Exhale, pick yourself back up slowly. Nice job, and lower the arms down. Awesome. So we're going to do a little open and close because then we're going to bring the band in, okay? So keeping the ball where it is, nice and stuck. Sit tall. Remember, tall isn't jarring the hip forward. I want you to find length. So inhale, lengthen up. With the ball behind the sacrum, exhale, kiss the sacrum to the ball. Remember, it's not the upper spine that kisses the ball. Inhale, come back 45 degrees. You're bracing with your belly. If you touch your core, it's strong, okay? You don't even have to make it happen. It just automatically happens. Lift the arms up now. 45 degrees. Palms face in. It's like opening a great big encyclopedia. It's used for something. Now inhale, open. Keep your shoulders soft, as wide as you feel comfortable. Exhale, close the arms. Any neck strain, you're opening too wide. Inhale, open. Can you feel like a book going from the middle of the body to the oblique? Good. Too much, lower the arms down closer towards shoulder level. And exhale. Awesome. Inhale, keep your shoulders soft, wide, wide. Try to stay 45 degrees. If you're feeling like this is not so bad, lower back just a hair further, okay? I want you to be comfortable, but I want you to be challenged. That's how we grow. 4 more. Inhale, open, soft shoulders. Exhale, contract. Reconfirm pelvic floor and that torso circuit. Inhale, open. And exhale, soft shoulders close. 2 more times. Stay with me. Inhale, open. You're doing great. And exhale, close. Last time. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Inhale, hold. And exhale, float yourself back up. Nice, release the arms. Let's just come into a bound angle. Bottoms of the feet together. You can stay where you are. So bring the bottoms of the feet together. If you know your hips are tighter, draw your heels further out. You'll just have more room and get more out of the pose. Lengthen as you come forward. So extend your spine out as you wiggle yourself down. Elbows pry into the knees if you feel like that's valuable for you. If not, extend the arms out and press your hips down behind you so you can feel a little bit of space in the lower back. Nice, you got it. Inhale through the nose, just nice deep breaths. Exhale through the nose, relax the shoulders. So just take a couple generous breaths here for yourself. Inhale, come back up, and bring your knees together. Nice. So we're going to coordinate the band with our feet and our hands. So you're going to take your band, the center of the band, bring it to the balls of the feet, and then your feet are still going to be about sit bones distance apart. And most people find that they can't press the feet into the floor. What ends up happening is the band ends up curling up. If you want to, though, the sandbags actually might work really well. If you want your feet to be on something, if you're not comfortable with keeping the feet in a flexed position. So if you're not comfortable with keeping your feet on this angle, set your sandbag right under the arches of the feet, and it becomes a really great just kind of stopping point for you to have that contraction. Make sure, again, though, the heels are comfortably away from your sit bones. I actually have to move further back. I'm too close. Because the closer the knees, the more challenging it is to turn off the hip flexors, and the more rounded you end up. So don't be afraid to have your feet away from you. All right, hold your band. If your band is holding this long, you're going to take your hand and grab from the underside, okay? That way we don't have our arms and wrists in a weird position. So if you just hold out your band, grab from the underside. You create your own level of resistance. If you want to bunch the bands, if that feels better in your palms, go for it. Nice tall body. And then exhale again, sacrum kisses the ball. Keep that kiss. Inhale, we're going to come back 45 degrees. Let's adjust my ball here. Lift the elbows up. This is where you have to adjust your resistance. I got to let up too. Your elbows are going to challenge themselves and come up shoulder level. This is where the reality check comes in, and it's like, oh, I need to release a little bit more band. Because part of the challenge is you keeping your elbow, look at how high mine is, at my shoulder level. I'm barely holding on. I don't even have enough band probably. So hold at the very end. Don't worry about that. Lift your elbows up, okay? Exhale, curl into the shoulders. And inhale, extend out. Keep your elbows at shoulder level. Exhale, curl in. And inhale, extend out. So let out of your band a little bit, Liz. Because with the elbows flaring, it's telling me you're using too much chest muscle. Okay. So exhale and relax here. There we go. And inhale, release all the way out. Exhale, curl. And go all the way up the arm. Let the muscle fully extend. There you go. Exhale, contract. So every time you contract the band, I want you to think about a little smiley face being drawn under your belly button. Exhale, contract. And inhale, extend. Good. See if we can do about 4 more. This is a tough one. As we keep the elbows at shoulder height, we're challenging those mid-back muscles and trying to stay out of our chest muscles by not rounding. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. One more time. Exhale, contract. Keep the elbows high. And inhale, extend. Slowly come back up and just rest over the thighs. Take a moment. Inhale, come back up. Awesome. So now I want you to turn the hand the opposite way. You're grabbing from the top of the band. And then you might find that you can have a little bit more play in the band depending. Staying tall with the spine. Exhale, kiss the sacrum into the ball. Remember, we're not rounding. No macaroni noodle backs. Slowly lean back again 45 degrees. At any time, my ball's a little off here. You start to notice hip flexor pain. Make sure you're not arching on the ball. It's telling you and telling me that you don't have enough internal core strength, okay? So adjust by coming up or letting up on the band. All right, so nice and tall with the spine. Tall doesn't mean necessarily upright, but keeping the spine long. Hold on to the band. We're going to work with a movement called rowing, okay? So it's just like what it sounds. Inhale here, contract the shoulders down and back. Exhale, pull back on your band. Elbows go wide and back. Release slowly. Inhale. Exhale, brace with your belly. Pull back. And inhale. If you feel like, oh, this is pretty good, grab a little bit more band. Pull back. Even though the elbows are high, it doesn't mean that we're rounding. Everyone looks good though. Pull back. And center. Now remember, this is a core move. Contract, you're ready for a fight. Contract your belly. And back to center. Inhale. Exhale, breathe.
Oh, can you feel that all the way in your ribcage?
Absolutely. So you should be feeling possibly through the midline of the belly. Some people say they can feel it right in the navel point. This is a huge stretch for the ribs too. So as you pull back, you may feel some work through here. Some people feel more in the back body if that's where they're weaker. We're going to try about 5 more. We're going about 15 here. The cool thing about this movement is we tend to be tighter here and weaker here. We're opening the chest and strengthening the back. We get the 2 for 1. Now we're working the torso and the core as a circuit. It's not just the front part, it's the entire body. Awesome. See if you can do 2 more for me. You guys look really good.
It actually feels good.
If you have tight rib cage or tight underarm, this is a good stretch. All right, now stay at 45 degrees. We're going to commit all the way. So here's my imaginary band. Inhale, contract the core. Exhale, float yourself back up. Nice job. Let's extend the legs out. Move your ball and just bow forward. Just a nice kind forward bend. Doesn't have to be pretty. Just a chance for you to kind of release. If you need wider legs, max distance legs works well too. You can just kind of let your torso fall between. We're just looking for a sensation and an opportunity for your back muscles to breathe even more. The more you extend your arms forward, the more your back is going to stretch. Breathe. Inhale, come back up. Nice. Let's go sideways. So move your band. You'll need your ball. So come onto the left hip. Bring your ball between the rib and the hip joint. So the ball's going to go right on the fleshy oblique area. I like to line up with the back edge of the mat. That way there's no fooling me. It's a straight line. Adjust your hips so your hips are stacked. If you feel like that bony protrusion of your femur bone is uncomfortable, just fold your mat an extra time and give yourself a little bit more cushion. All right, so you're actually on the hip and you're on the elbow. So align your elbow so that it's under the shoulder. So instead of the kind of slouched position, I want you to literally draw your rib cage away from the ball so we have this great kind of corner in our armpit area. Now take a look at the legs. By dropping the heel is actually more narrow than the ball of the foot. So pick up the heel so you're balancing on the outside edge by your pinky toe. So now you've noticed that the whole backside of your leg is lifted up a little bit. Keep the front thigh forward rotating, so it's internally rotating, so we're not lifting through here, we're working through here. So pick up through the ribs, stay strong through the belly. Inhale, leg is going to go up. We're feeling outside of the glute, possibly oblique. Exhale, lower down. Lift, keep pressing through the forearm, and lower, exhale. Good, inhale, lift, it's not high, and exhale. Make sure the leg is directly out from you, it's not going forward or back. Good, stay picked up in the rib. The ball is there to remind you not to slouch, okay? So when the rib cage goes down, of course we can go higher. This is a hip movement. I want you to stay elevated. So the oblique is turning on. You may not feel it as much because the ball is there, but you're still working through the oblique. Any hip pain, rotate the leg even more internally to shut that off. 2 more. Lift, relax through the shoulders. And last one, lift. And relax through the shoulders. Now we're going to pulse 10 quick pulses. So come up about hip level. You're going to pulse about 3 inches up higher than that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And lower down. Extend your bottom arm and extend your top arm. And just try to press through the upper foot. Just get a little bit of some hip space here. So try to make your top leg longer than your bottom leg and breathe into the oblique for a moment. You'll want this in a second. Take the top hand, place it to the floor, inhale, come up, and bring your elbow back to the floor again. Nice, so just take a moment and kind of align yourself, and then take your bottom palm, and you're actually going to place it to the floor, with your elbow turning out. So the hand is slightly forward of the ball with the elbow angling back behind you. It's kind of a weird, awkward position right now. It won't be in a second. Let yourself come down onto the ball. Use your oblique to kind of hold yourself up here momentarily. Keep your elbow off the floor. Opposite hand is going to come overhead. Palm is going to face forward towards me or down. So inhale here. Exhale, make a fist and press up. Contract the oblique. Inhale, release the palm, lower down. So how do I balance out? Pressing with my arm and lifting with my oblique. The arm is secondary. Inhale, extend. And exhale, press. So it feels like you're sinking into your shoulder when you lower down. You're doing nothing wrong. Okay, inhale. And then exhale, contract. So we're feeling through here. Inhale, extend. And exhale, contract. If you have flying feet, your glutes and your hip flexors are trying to take over for your oblique. Exhale. It's a good awareness. And inhale, extend. One more time. We're not lifting any higher than our oblique still on the ball. Exhale. My oblique is on the ball the whole time. Inhale, extend. And then exhale, lower the front arm down. Extend the bottom arm and stretch. Good. Inhale. Make the top leg again longer than the bottom leg. Extend through the hip and breathe. Inhale through the nose. And exhale. This is actually a great position just to rest in if you're having kind of uncomfortable digestive issues. So you can lay on the right side first and then flip over and lay on the left side. Good. Balance. And then inhale, come back up. Nice job. And let's flip over to the opposite side. So swing your legs around. And then same thing, opposite side. Line up the ball with your oblique. And then the biggest thing is making sure that the top hip is not falling back. It can be helpful sometimes just to kind of lift your hips and kind of let the tissue hang and then drop down, because sometimes muscle can get in the way. All right, if you're comfortable enough, lift the heel off the floor on that bottom foot. So you're balancing out again, the outside edge by the pinky toe. The bottom heel is clear off the floor. All right, keep the foot flexed, rotate the leg forward, belly is strong. Elbow sits under the shoulder, press away from the floor so the shoulder and the rib cage, oblique are all working hard. All right, here we go. Inhale, lift. We're feeling outer glute, lower down, exhale. Good, inhale. So when you lower down, I want you to think of it like an lower down. Every time you lift, you're pushing into the floor. Every time you lower, you're lifting your rib cage off of your ball. That's the intention. Inhale, lift, and exhale down. This movement is not a big movement. Inhale, lift, and exhale. If you're feeling it through the outer thigh and outer glute, you're good. And lower. This is a great stability worker. So if you feel like things like Warrior 3, tree pose are not as effective as you'd like to, we're cultivating more strength through the outer hip and thigh. Lift and lower, 2 more. Lift, and we still have that pulse, and lower. Now we're going to lift, inhale, here we go, 10 little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, control it, 5, 6, stability, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower. Nice job. Extend the bottom arm. And extend the top arm. And just take a moment. Try to exaggerate the bowing of the top rib and press through the top foot. So already create that long tissue. Breathe. Nice deep inhales, nice deep exhales. Make the space. And now top arm swoops around. Use your hand for help. Bring yourself up. And just adjust yourself if you need to. Bring your elbow to the floor to start that, and then readjust the hips. Your bottom palm is going to come to the floor with the elbow pointing back, okay? So it feels like your forearm's barely off the floor. So this is a lot of arm work and a lot of upper body challenge, just this alone. Top arm comes up, lower yourself down, maybe your forearm drops, and then exhale, make a fist and contract. It's like you're pulling a rope towards you. Inhale, and then exhale, contract, oblique. Good. Inhale and exhale, contract. Good. So that the shoulder doesn't strain. Just let this elbow pull down. And then extend. And then exhale. Oh. And down. Breathe. And extend. So you're going to lower when you extend the arm. So there you go. Now lift. You got it. You're okay. I'm going to hold you here. See if you can do one more for me. And And after that last one, rest. I think what part of your problem is bring this hand further back. No, bring it way back. There you go. Let the elbow be lifted. Now come down and then lift. Good. Down and lift. Track right here. There we go. Good. Down and lift. One more. Come down and lift. This side definitely tells you that you like to use more leg than you do oblique on this side, which is a good awareness point. All right, let's come back up. I want you to go back to your weaker side. So if you have to switch once we do our oblique, then you can make that swap. So if you feel like leg, think about issues that you have during the day. Which side maybe gives you more pain or more grief? Which side is stability not as good on? Maybe if you're a runner, which side you tend to lead on, that's usually your dominant side. So choose the other side, okay? All right. Oh, you okay so far? Everyone's face is kind of like, this is tough. This is tough. This is not one of my favorite movements either. All right, let's lower down onto the forearm. So elbow sits under the shoulder, pick up the rib cage. Don't just think that this is a leg movement. This is an oblique and a core movement first. Then it's a leg movement. Balance on the outside edge of the pinky toe, flex the foot, leg rotates forward. So we're lifting, inhale, and then as you lower the leg, pick the oblique up even more. Good. Lift, inhale, and lower. If you look down at your leg, make sure the leg is not lifting forward or lifting back. I want you to lift it straight above. So lift, inhale, keep pressing into the bottom forearm, lower, exhale. Good. Lift, inhale, and lower, exhale. Good. Lift, inhale, so come right out of your rib cage. There we go. And lower, exhale. That's all you're going to be able to do then. Lift. Are you still able to feel it?
Oh yeah. This is my hip that goes out.
Mm-hmm. So you can do 2 more. Definitely some strength needed there. And we're still going to pulse. So we're going to do 10. Here we go. 1, 2, control it. 3, 4. Your obliques don't move. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower down, side stretch. Give yourself a moment and breathe. And see if you can really make it a point to inhale and press your breath into your side lung, press your breath into your upper hip. The great thing about doing this on the ball is it gives us a great reality check as far as stability goes. We're always on a flat surface. We have this really great thing going on in America that everything is paved, and we kind of lose out in the end over time. All right, top hand comes, press yourself up. If this is also your weaker oblique side, stay here. If the other side is the factor, flip over. You line yourself up. So when you look at the bottom palm, draw the hand back. The wrist is almost in line with the ball. The elbow is way back behind you. All right, so lower down and extend the top arm. Exhale, contract. Oblique lifts you. The hand just assists. Inhale, extend. Now imagine a rope. Exhale, contract, bring the rope in. And inhale, extend. Don't worry about the movement being big. Exhale, contract. And inhale, come in. Bring your legs. See if you can do 4 more for me. Just take a moment before you do any more.
Yeah.
Take a breath first. And bring this whole thigh back for me. Not just the leg, but the thigh. There we go. I'm going to hold you through here. Now go.
I'm not getting
Okay, you're okay. Okay, bring this over back. There you go. So now extend the arm, stay there, low. Now you're going to come high. Exhale, lift. Good, press off the elbow. Low. Now contract here. High. There we go. Low, inhale. Exhale, high. Now add that stretch. I want you to do 2 more. Now you're getting there. Just your muscles aren't used to recruiting this way. You're contracting here. Yep, you got it. Do 1 more for me, because you got it now. Lift. And now lower and make that stretch effort. So lower the bottom arm down. It's okay, your body's creating new patterns. It's good. And then slowly bring yourself back up. Nice. Not everyone's favorite tonight, but that's okay.